We've been here so many times, and you still stand in awe at the size of this place. We're at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to Arlington, Texas. Greg Zuerlein out for the opening kick. And off we go from Dallas. Here's KaVontae Turpin on the return. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. His first throw is an interception. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And the Jets force the turnover on the first series of this game.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. That would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Jack 300. Jack 300.
Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Play stopped by Damone Clark. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? The Jets take their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He fires one deep down the middle. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Thought he had a touchdown there. So that brings up 4th and long. Greg Zuerlein gonna try to knock this through for the Jets. It's from the right hash, 46 yards. Bass's kick is good. And that's gonna get them on the scoreboard.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Zuerlein has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Turpin with a return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Prescott here from the gun. This finds Cooks, complete. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. That's going to be caught by Cooks. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 43. Catch made by Cooks. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Escapes the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
That one's caught along the left sideline. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, kill!
They bring their tight end left.
26.
From the gun is Prescott. On target to his back, Rico Dowdle. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here we go. Here go 46. 26.
From the gun on third down. He can't connect with him. Incomplete. Just put it a little too close to the boundary there. So fourth down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. Gay's kick is good. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
10-30. Da-da-da. Inside. Number 50. Hey, you fight over here. You didn't get that?
From the shotgun, Rodgers. He's on the move. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. Marquise Bell making the play. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with the receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick-6 as it's sent away. He doesn't like what he sees, so a touchback. They're going to begin at the 30. Drive starts out with a first and 10. First throw for the backup now. As a man, it's Tyler Conklin. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Rodgers here from the gun. Into the hands of Conklin. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Complete beyond the marker. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
This, the snap that's going to take us inside the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10 now. Buys time, rolling right. That's caught. He finds Allen Lazard. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Jack 300. Jack 300. Hey, 626.
They'll run here. It's Hall. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that brings up 3rd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and goal. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Greg Zuerlein going to try to knock this through for the Jets. From the same spot as an extra point here, 32 yards. Bass's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Turpin with a return. And he's all the way up across the 40 before heading out of bounds.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Sending a receiver left. 1st and 10, Prescott. Throw left side, complete.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Dak now from the gun. It's taken in by Lamb. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Ashton Davis there on the stop.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Yeah! Hey, 47! 46!
Now Dak to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Ball at the 33 for first down.
Yeah! Here we go. Here we go. 46, 46. Here we go. Kill, kill. 26.
First down, here's Dak. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. 1 for 1 so far. This is from 40. Gay's kick is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, 88, 88.
Now Rodgers. Chased out to his right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side.
That's a high degree of difficulty throw. Not a lot get tougher than that one. But now, fortunately, Kate, he aired it closer to the sideline, and it goes harmlessly out of bounds.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. A pistol snap here. Rodgers lays out left side and gets it. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll give the Jets a first down. They start the half with a give to Hall. Has a lane inside the 35. Dives for the pylon, and that's a touchdown. The Jets cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Point after converted by Zerline. And the Jets managed to tie this game. It's 13-all. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. He lost the football. And the fumble recovery is made. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. No, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. Kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach, right? At a young age, you're always coaching those guys. Hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just did.
Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Play stopped by Damone Clark. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. They go right back to Hall. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Hall running between the tackles. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's Hall once more. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. It's a 5-yard gain, and that brings up 3rd and 7.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Off the play fake, here's Rodgers. Forced out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Greg Zuerlein going to try to knock this through for the Jets. From 37 yards in the right hash. Bass's kick is good. And they've taken back the lead.
He connects now for a 3rd time, and that's the biggest of the 3 field goals he's made in this contest. Gives him the lead. Now you turn the keys over to your defense to try and protect it.
Zuerlein has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he gets crunched by a big hit. Oh, right at the 25 to end that return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Dak off the play fake. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
47.
Throwing again is Dak. He's throwing deep to the left side. Into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And the Jets take possession off their second.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
To the air here on first down, Rodgers. He'll get this complete to Lazard. He does it! Touchdown, New York! The Jets pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Zuerlein with the extra point. And the Jets make it a 10-point ball game. Zuerlein has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Returnable from the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. This our last play of the quarter. They kick the running back in motion. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. In motion, right is Cooks. Throwing on first is Prescott. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They start the drive at home, and they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he's brought down after a short game.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Wilson's got it. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense up to the line fast.
50, you want over here. Hey, 626. 30. 26.
Back to throw it. He connects downfield on 4. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That'll be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock, and it keeps this drive moving.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle, they showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
They send a man in motion. They'll go right side with Hall. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. All right, here we go. Second down. Pressure comes. Rodgers. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Looking to throw. That's caught for the first. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets making a 9-point advantage. Zuerlein on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets make it a 10-point ball game. Zuerlein has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Turpin with a return. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Throw complete to Lamb. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. There on the tackle, the rookie out of Auburn. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cowboys down by 10. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Prescott here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10, Prescott. Hauled in by Lamb, right side. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Hits his running back. And he runs out of bounds at the opposing 45. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Dak throwing again. It's taken in by Lamb. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use. Only one timeout remaining. They've got to work quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Another throw for Prescott. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Now the offense is going to take its third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. The Jets take their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
Yeah! There you go.
Dak now from the gun. And all right, it's a touchdown in the final moments. A win still very unlikely, but a sliver of hope now after that play. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying the time for that play that led to the score.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys cut it to a field goal game. So with hardly any game left, they have time for this kick and maybe a couple plays. The kicking team's got it. All right, partner. Well, they have momentarily, at the very least, pulled this game back from the jaws of defeat. Now they have to get the kicker within range to tie it and force the extra frame.
Hey, you know that kicker is so ready. Just ran out there and delivered the picture-perfect onside kick. Now, on offense, go get them down there. Put him within range, and he's going to drill it, no problem.
Ball on the 45, first and 10.
Go to 54, 47. Hey, kill! 26.
He'll look to throw it. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. So it's a road win for the Jets. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. And with Brock Huard and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say so long from Dallas.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Greg Zuerlein set to get us started here, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 68 yards. And the Texans go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And some room to work. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick, and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
It's caught here by Adams. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Hall. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal. Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
They'll roll him out right. That one complete. It's Tank Dell. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Here's Stroud. And this one too low. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 22-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage and mixed traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Stroud keeps it, and he is going to have a Texans first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Texans football to start quarter 2. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Stroud working out of the gun. Touchdown! Dalton Schultz, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. On for the PAT, Ka'imi Fairbairn. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Texans 14, Jets nothing. Ka'imi Fairbairn as a kickoff for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Buying time to his left. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they have possession. And they have it at the 38-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
And Stroud now to throw. This is caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Brevin Jordan, 35 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Throw left side complete. That's Adams. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
At the Texans' 28-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Slant to Adams. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Rodgers now to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
At the 21-yard line.
Number 50. Take 30.
Now Rodgers. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Let's go. 19 light. Not saying 19. Straight. Go.
Now it's Taylor. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now Stroud. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Stroud looking to throw. There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Stephon Diggs. As the first half is winding down. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter, my goodness.
I love the expression, my goodness indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Kaimi Fairbairn at the kickoff for Houston.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally and take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown, Jets.
Garrett Wilson.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets are able to at least get one score back.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third.